This is Rob Lynch, and you're watching What I Love. Yeah, I'd probably say Either or by Elliott Smith. He's been a massive influence on me over the years. Like before I even started playing live music, I was a big fan of his. I really like his distinctive vocal style. You know, as soon as you hear a Elliott Smith song, you're like, that's Elliott Smith. And I love all of his albums, but I think Either or's got a special place in my heart because that's the first one that I heard. And every song on it is amazing. I like that it's like so open and like heartbreaking. So yeah, Either or. When I was getting into music as a teenager, I'd say probably Blink-182, because that's the band that got me into, like, not punk music as such, but like a gateway into punk and rock music. But also such the poppy side to it, you know, the melody and like the hooks, and I love the guitars, but I also love the melody and the pop side to it. So they remain like one of the bands that I go back to and listen to. You know, if the sun's out, you know, I'll stick on Enema of the State or take off your pants and jacket. And actually, the new album's really good as well. I wasn't expecting it. I think like the addition of Matt Skiba like keeps it fresh and changes it up a little bit. So that's kind of like the younger years. Then again, say Elliott Smith, I spent a lot of time listening to. There's a guy called Andrew McMahon who was in a band. He started off in a band called Something Corporate. Then he started a new band called Jack's Mannequin, and now he does stuff under Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. And I pretty much love everything that he's done. But as a songwriter, he's been a real influence on me, and how he's kind of changed his styles over the years. And like he was never like a massive artist, but now, even on his third project, he's still progressing and still moving forwards, and I find that really inspiring. Like Bruce Springsteen, I love too. Like if we're going for like a kind of a classic sound, just because the guy's an absolute machine, and I don't know how he does it. So I think the first proper album that I can remember having a real influence on me was probably the self-titled Slipknot album. I remember going to my grandparents' house and they had Sky TV. Do you get Sky over here? Yeah. So we never had that at our own home. So getting to go to my grandparents and watch music TV, I could check out a load of bands that I'd maybe heard of but never actually heard the music or got to see what they looked like. And the Wait and Bleed video came on for Slipknot, and I was like, what is this? It's like these crazy guys in boiler suits and masks on, like playing the heaviest music I'd ever heard, but still had like a real element of melody to it. So when we left my grandparents' house, they gave me £10. It's like, you know, grandparents do. They give you a little gift as you leave. The next morning, I went down to the record store in my town and bought the self-titled Slipknot CD, and it was during the school holidays, so my family weren't at home. So I walked home, put it on the CD player in the living room, and just the sound that came out of the speakers, I was like, I didn't know whether I was allowed to be listening to it because it was so heavy. And that kind of really turned my head in the direction of like louder guitar music. Last year, I kind of had like a big phase of listening to loads of country pop music from the States, like loads of country pop rock. And my favourite out of them are called Florida Georgia Line. Have you heard of them? It's like ridiculous. It's songs about beer and pickup trucks and girls and the kind of everything that I'm not, but the choruses are so catchy and like just stupidly big pop songs that I kind of got into it kind of slightly ironically, I think. And then I found myself listening to it more and more. And then a few of my friends are like, yeah, we love it as well. So we kind of found this bond for this band that maybe we not the kind of thing that we normally listen to. But they've got a new album coming out towards the end of this year. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. Yeah, I don't really believe in guilty pleasures, because if you're enjoying it, you shouldn't really feel guilty about it. It's like there's a time and a place for everything. So it's I've got no shame, and I don't have any pride in telling people what music that I listen to. If it's something that other people deem to be ridiculous or cheesy, then that's fine. I don't care. I really, 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 really like You by Rae Jepsen. because we've heard it a bunch on the radio on this tour, and it's like, I really, 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 really like you, and that stays there for weeks. I'm gonna choose one bit of a music video. Okay, so when Slash had stood outside the church in November rain, and he's just ripping the solo, it's like so ridiculous, but so cool at the same time that like that must have spent so much money filming that, and it looks great. It's like a scene from a movie. So I mean, I'm not even the biggest Guns N' Roses fan, but like that part of that video, I mean, the whole video is completely ridiculous and overblown, but that one bit where he's standing there just shredded, and like the camera's above him. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'm gonna go and watch that this afternoon now. So Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen. Just absolutely love that song. For various reasons, but on the surface it's a great song. 2 is the Bob Marley No Woman No Cry, the Live at the Lyceum in London version from 1979. It's better than the studio version of the song. There's like this real vibe to it. And me and my dad used to listen to it when I was younger. I was in my late teens. My dad died when I was 21, so it's got like a real special connection. We used to listen to like Bob Marley and, you know, eat dinner together. If my mum was out of the house, we'd have a couple of beers and have a chat. And that's the song I always remember. We'd always stick on that, and so it's got like a very kind of close to my heart memory. Then at the moment, in recent years, I think a song called Elephant by Jason Isbell. He used to be in this band called Drive-By Truckers, and now he does he's got it's a full band, but it's like his solo project. It's like kind of really, really good like country folk rock. But Elephant's like an acoustic tune about him being in a bar, overhearing a conversation that's going on with a man and a woman next to him, and it becomes apparent that the woman's got cancer and is dying, and like he's made up this story. Like Isabel's watching them, he's making up how he thinks like their life's been and how they're dealing with it, and like how their stories have changed over the years. And it's like a real kind of gets you kind of hair stand up on end kind of song. It's like incredible songwriting. I saw him play it live earlier this year, and it's just like one of those wow moments. So yeah, that's not a bad 3 in terms of like a couple in the past and one present.